Hello, I am Adrienne, and so excited to hang out with you today in our self-quarantining, which I hope everybody is keeping up with to the best of their ability. I think it's a super important thing to help and kind of responsible to support, uh, the peak of the virus and everything just kind of moving forward as gracefully as possible, moving in and moving through. It's almost like a storm that we're just taking shelter in right now and just letting it pass us right, hopefully, and going inward. And so I really do wonder sometimes if you're uncomfortable with the self-quarantining, I would really look at in the energy field how it might be affecting you in terms of sitting in your own energy and trying to get used to that. If you're not used to that, that can be a bit of an adjustment sometimes, just to slow things down, just all the things that go on in a day. So that's that. All right. So we're just going to begin balancing our energy and breathing in and breathing out. Just expanding into the wisdom of the conscious heart and the temple of the great central sun angels. God, I just have to turn my water fountain off for a minute. Hang on. Got this amazing tower garden. I'm going to see if I can try to show it to you. Here, let me see if I can do it this way. Okay, so this is my tower garden. And what happens is you have like this 20-gallon thing that holds water. And then as it comes up, it's got these lights, these 4 posts of lights. And then it starts growing little seeds in it. And so I'm growing charred bok choy seeds. It's all on a timer. So I can't say enough good things about having a tower garden and having your own fresh vegetables. And, it's a hydroponic, so it sends the water up, waters the plants, and they bush out and grow. And it's a lot of food, actually. So for yourself and your neighbors, really great investment. So the tower garden. And I will put a link in there if anybody's interested in maybe getting one for themselves to have their own inner garden. It actually is way better. It saves water and it saves land. And you can have it inside or outside. And it's really great. So you can grow squash and tomatoes. And right now I mostly have greens in it. But the cage will actually support, the little arms will support the squash and cucumbers and heavier vegetables as well. I love it. Okay, so going back in, we're just breathing in and out, expanding into the wisdom of the conscious heart and the temple of the great central sun angels. We're opening up our awesome and beautiful quantum prayer field that we've been generating together. Calling into all of our tribes of light and the presence of our soul guiding us. Opening up the living field of unconditional love between us and just feeling that field of unconditional love opening up and just smiling and saying hi to each person, whether they're here live or they might be listening later. Just hi, so glad you're here. Infinite love and gratitude. All right, and then as you open your heart, just allowing those highs and that infinite love and gratitude to come back to you. And it's just nice. It's a good feeling. That we're all connected. Okay, and then sealing this quantum prayer field in the miracle mantle of the mighty Elohim angels, seraphim angels, cherubim angels, our guardian angel, our higher divine presence, the ascended master octave, the spiritual hierarchy, Mary Magdalene, Archangel Michael. There's just levels upon levels of beings who are holding us in a space of light. If you could see it, it's just literally like tears of beings that are holding the earth in its higher electronic vibration. And it has been really going on towards the end of 2019 and raising this vibration. and helping to shift consciousness. And sometimes when we're shifting consciousness, it will cause a little bit of a glitch in the program. And, because you're shifting frequencies and paradigms. And so that's one thing that's kind of happening right now, to think about it that way. But it's, instead of getting caught up in the story of how it's shifting paradigms, which in this case, it might be a virus that's evolving things in whatever way it is, you really want to start looking at the future, the outcome. What are we evolving towards, and having acceptance for what we're moving into, but also calling forth your free will to put your voice, your stamp, your electronic vibration into the collective. So today, joining us in the Reiki Healing Circle, as we call into the Reiki masters, the spirit doctors, and just calling into the Karuna and the Usui Reiki masters, the angels of healing, the map coning teams, which work with the nature kingdom. It's the elemental and deva of healing, the energies of Pan, the avatar of synthesis, and that creates a vortex beneath our feet coming up from the earth. And then the ascended masters, the Mahakohan, and our higher self, and that creates a vortex coming down. And so in a map coning, you have these two vortexes coming down, meeting in your heart solar plexus area, and it's helping to kind of bridge the gap between that heaven and earth energy, but it clears the aura, it clears emotion. The next thing we want to bring in that's going to help immensely with any elements of fear, concern, worry, overactive mental body, feeling the fear of the collective or other people, is Saint Germain's all-consuming violet transmuting flame. So we're just calling forth the violet flame. And we're going to start clearing our energy fields and raising our vibration. I just want you to imagine this very powerful violet transmuting flame. And you say the command, I am. It's an I am statement. I am the all-consuming violet transmuting flame, blazing through my energy and all of my surroundings, through my home, my loved ones, through the earth, through the collective consciousness, calling forth Saint Germain and the violet flame angels to blaze forth into this world. And you can really feel it expand when we do that. But the minute you make that call, all this violet energy rushes in with Saint Germain, who's the ascended master who governs it, Archangel Zadkiel, who is the archangel, mighty Elohim angel of transformation, transmutation, and the violet flame angels just blazing through our world, consuming all negativity, fear, human effluvia, discord. Calling forth Archangel Michael, coming in with his blue flaming sword angels and that cosmic Christ flame, that cosmic flame of Archangel Michael, to begin helping to clear all entities, elemental life force energies, discarnates, dark, demonic, satanic, Luciferian energies back into source energy onto their natural evolutionary path, whatever that may be for them. Because sometimes when you have a whole bunch of, if you had a whole bunch of love in the atmosphere, you would attract in a lot of angels and beings who are attracted to that vibration. But when you have a lot of fear going on, then you're going to attract in another type of being that feed on that. And I'm not really judging one or the other. It's just that, sometimes one's going to be more pleasant, you know what I mean? And one's going to be more empowering as well. And so that love vibration, which is what we're going to be working with today with Lady Nada and the Archangel Shamuel and the Flame of Divine Love, and really bringing in that ray of hope to expand in the collective right now. So not only will this, what we're doing today, help you to raise your vibration, but because you're this point of light in our quantum prayer field, you're going to be sending that light out to the collective and holding a really strong pulse for that with people in your immediate environment and the people who are in your community and the people who are in your state, in your country, and in the world. So it's a vibration because we're all connected in a morphogenetic field that When one of us holds the vibration, it holds a point of light. When two of us hold it, it expands, and it just begins quantifying. So just like the virus has its own quantifying energy right now, one of the things that causes it to quantify as a consciousness so quickly is when people are feeding it. So one way that people feed viruses is through emotions, just like you can feed angels through emotions of love and call them in. When you have entities and elemental life force energies, discarnates, dark demonic, Luciferian satanic energies, that's what they eat. It's just a different type of, energetic plasma, energetic food that each of them eat. So as we're swinging into the energy of love, we're going to attract more of that vibration in. And the virus is like, that's not really my meal, meal of the day. So there's just not really much reason for me being here. So that's kind of as simple as you can get with that, right? So we're going to go into some elevated emotions around that. All right, and that's going to help boost your immune system. Again, we're asking this to be activated with the Reiki, with the Tibetan Daikomyo, sending that out, the Usui Daikomyo, sending that out into our collective, the symbol for Honchization in, sending that out, Seihei Ki, sending that out, and Choku Rei. And while we're doing this call, you can go to my website, mywildmagic.com, and go under blog, and then go under resources/love, and you will find the Reiki symbols. Usually they're not really given unless you're being initiated, but right now I feel like the more people who have these symbols, the better. And you can get the Reiki symbols and memorize them, learn them, draw in your mind's eye, draw them on a piece of paper, put them under your mattress, put them on your door. They're sacred geometry that really date back to the Tibetan sutras. And so they really go back about 10,000 years, but Dr. Usui rediscovered them, and then the Karuna person, they sort of added on as well. But these are really pretty, kind of ancient rites and symbols that go back into hands-on healing, distant healing, and helping others to raise their consciousness and vibration simply by doing it. You can do it in a room, and it helps to raise the vibration. You can do it in your car. You can do it on your body. You can do it with your pets and your plants. And you can imagine the earth in front of you and hold it and I'm calling forth to the Reiki energy and the Reiki masters acting through me. And just imagine drawing these symbols either with your mind's eye or with your finger and sending that vibration in. It's really pretty awesome. And Reiki is just a universal ray. It's a universal ray of healing that works with any other form. It's very just a positive ray to add to anything. All right, so as we got that generated, we're going to now start connecting in with a one heart breath to our own divine presence, which always feels good to get a hug from our own presence. So as we call down to our divine presence, you may call it I am presence, God presence, cosmic Christ presence, source energy, universal energy, whatever you want to call it, whatever feels good to you, right? And in that energy, what you want to do is call it down to stand before you, lean in with your left shoulder, go into a tender embrace, and you're actually letting yourself be held, right? So you're going into that gentle energy of actually being held. And in that light, you are noticing how it feels to be held. Do you feel safe? Do you feel protected? Do you feel at peace? And then I want to drop into it, whether you feel it or not, drop in. I feel unconditional love and acceptance. I feel positivity. I feel hope. I feel pure love, infinite love and gratitude, infinite love and gratitude. Calling that energy in, right? Sending it out into the collective. As this energy is just resonating deeply within your energy field, allowing it to start building up. And the safer you feel, the more love you're going to let in, and the more expanded your auric field gets. Because if you start noticing your aura right now, just by paying attention to the field of light around your body, when we get stressed, when we get anxious, when we get worried, when we get afraid, our aura tends to draw in, right? And What we want to do is we want to start coming into some of these healing rays today. And I want you just in the back of your mind, just keep noticing your aura starting to expand, starting to radiate out like a golden sun of God, a golden sun of the great central sun, a golden sun of your own higher divine presence, right? And just radiating out, because that's a super positivity thing to do. And it also sends a message out to the collective and the people around you. I know for me, in the little complex I live in, the little neighborhood I live in, when I'm, if I do go for a walk, or if I'm, out doing some gardening, I just imagine my aura just like this bright golden light, just sending good energy out around me, and it works. People feel it, and it helps them calm down, a little bit too. So again, now we're just rhythmically breathing. I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out while we're in this tender embrace. Usually takes 3 to 10 breaths, and you'll feel yourself synchronize. You'll feel yourself come into universal flow. You'll feel yourself come into a heart lock-in. And that's what you're feeling for. And it might just feel like a deep breath, or maybe it feels peaceful all of a sudden. You can do this anytime, anywhere. You could be in conversation. You could be walking. So breathing in, I'm breathing out. And again, imagine yourself in this tender embrace as you're following your rhythmic breath. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. We're going to expand it a little now. I'm breathing in to the one heart breath within the heart of all creation. So we're just adding that vibration in. I'm breathing in to the one heart breath of my divine presence in the heart of creation, expanding into my soul gifts, my divine inheritance, my invaluable gifts of light that I am valued for. I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. And again, you might just start to feel your auric field getting brighter and brighter. And now we're going to send in, and notice how you're in a one heart breath between you and your energy. You know what I mean? So just noticing that flame of light where you are an infinity symbol between your heart and the heart of your presence, and the heart of the one heart breath between you and the heart of all creation, and feeling that connection, feeling that oneness. Because the minute you have that oneness, you're opening up your pineal gland, just feeling that pineal gland just burst right on like a bright ray of light, It's just blazing and aligning the energy and allowing that space to start to connect you to that divine energy, and that you're drawing it in. And so now as we send from your hips down, sending that either tree roots going down into the heart of the earth, sending a waterfall going down into the heart of the earth, sending a ray of light going down into the heart of the earth, whatever feels best to you. And maybe there's some other thing, right? Going into this cave, into the center of the earth. And as you're in that cave energy, connecting to the crystalline grid of the planet, and we are starting to activate now the 5D Lemurian consciousness. Activating the 5D Lemurian consciousness, activating the crystalline structure and grid work of the planet, activating the Atlantean energy, the Hyperborean energy, all these root races that came before us, calling them in. And we're also going to activate within the crystalline grid the, like the human energy merging with technology, merging with the AI, not in a bad way, but actually a super helpful way, that maybe that is the next root race coming in from the star beings and the planetary beings. They are bringing in the technology field. And as they're doing that, it is its own root race, and it doesn't have to excommunicate humanity. It can merge with it in a positive way, right? Things that are actually helpful, things that actually help the earth, and doesn't make it worse. So, but makes it better. So again, as we're down in the heart of the planet, connecting to that crystalline grid, feeling yourself in this luminous cave of light, calling in all these Reiki masters, spirit doctors, emissaries of light, the Pleiadians, Arcturians, Ashtar Command, all these beings, Archangel Raphael, angels of healing, just bringing forth this healing, calming, peaceful, raising your vibration, and just downloading into your body anything that your body needs. Maybe there's a certain vitamin or mineral, maybe there's a superfood, maybe there's sunshine, maybe there's fresh air, maybe there's positive thoughts, maybe there is guidance from your guardian angel. Maybe there's love and compassion, and just downloading that right into your body right now. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies. Feeling this streaming and just going into this receiving mode right now from the earth and these higher frequencies, just absorbing this energy. Absorbing this energy. Whatever your body most needs. It feels like there's a little bit of hydration needed. Everybody might need to uptake their water a little bit. Grounding, which we're doing with the planet right now. Stay really grounded. The more you're in your body, the less entities, people's projections, entities, the less things can come in on you when you are grounded and have a strong, vibrant energy field around you. And now we're going to start calling in as we expand up in a portal of light, opening up that portal of your head as we soul travel now into the temple of the great central sun. Into the temple of the great central sun, and with that great central sun energy just streamlining and absorbing and aligning to these cosmic rays of source energy and pure love coming down and streaming through your chakras, and the sacred fire love of the great central sun streaming through your chakra centers and your glandular system and upgrading, downloading new information, new awarenesses that maybe you haven't had before, that's timely, that right now, in this moment, you may need new thoughts, new emotions, new feelings, new information that your body can use in terms of dealing with, the viral consciousness that's there, any other viral consciousness that are out there or might come our way, as well as how the earth is changing. We're adaptable. We are multidimensional, we are adaptable, and we are infinitely wise and powerful, and so just feeling yourself, feeling in. I love feeling deeply, divinely, unconditionally loved, adored, cherished, valued, wise and powerful beyond measure, feeling eternally bonded with my own higher divine presence and calmly connected to the one heart breath in the heart of all creation. And just feeling yourself looping in, raising your vibration, clearing the pineal gland so that you can actually start receiving these downloads. And so now we have, as we're in the temple of the great central sun, rising up, soul traveling, you might feel a little bit of an altered state, that now we have the energy of Lady Nada joining us for this moment, and Archangel Chamuel. And really bringing in, also some of the cherubim angels are coming in for this. They're really sweet. What the cherubim tend to do is they will go into a particular etheric retreat. Like let's say, in this case, Archangel Chamuel, or Camuel, however you want to pronounce it, deals with the flame divine love. And the flame divine love is one of the rays of creation. Each of your chakras have 7 rays of creation. So there's the ray of divine wisdom, the ray of divine truth, the ray of divine intention and power, the ray of divine love. The solar plexus is the ray of divine peace. Around the navel chakra is the ray of divine healing, and the perineum at the base of the body is the ray of divine transformation. They all have a certain color and a certain frequency, and because we're energy beings, we actually manifest as energy, and we might have physical actions that we do, say, whatever, but it's our intention and how we're moving these rays of creation that make the biggest difference. And learning how to manage those rays can really help you a lot. And right now, I feel like it'd be super empowering to learn a little bit more about it, because as the world is changing and a lot of people might be having, layoffs at their jobs, they're just not being able to go in, and that creates financial distress and all kinds of other things for some people, then, knowing that regardless of your external circumstances, you're an energy being before you're a physical being. And the more you start aligning your consciousness to this higher vision for your life and learning about how to manifest. And today we're going to be manifesting with the ray of divine love. And then what we're able to do is use these rays to start envisioning our future, envisioning our life. And so even in the moment, there might be some changes or some uncertainty happening that very quickly you can either let the collective come in on you and basically make your situation possibly worse with more fear and feed more entities that are then going to have more effects on your thinking and emotions and body, which then, of course, lowers your immune system, which then makes you more susceptible to viruses, accidents, etc. Or you can start putting your energy and vibration into, in this case, divine love, which raises your immune system, it raises your IgA levels, it helps your all of your endocrine system, your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings to be more positive. And then you're like a cosmic unit of light having a positive impact in the world. And then you start magnetizing and allowing really good things to come your way. So with this then, again, the ray of divine love, governed by Archangel Shamuel or Camuel. It's a pink flame of divine love. And Lady Nada coming forth, who actually governs the flame of divine peace, which is a ruby ray, but she also carries a lot of the flame of divine love. She comes in from the Venetian energy, coming in from the Venetian system, Venus. And so her energy is coming in, super loving presence. Some of you might have her as a guide, as part of your tribe of light. And just tuning in for a moment and just feeling, just noticing, if you're not aware of it that often, I'm calling forth Archangel Shamuel or Camuel, and just feel that Archangel come in and around you, and noticing the presence of it. Deeply loving. Governs the law of 3 times 3, which is also the law of abundance, which is one reason we're calling it in today. And now we're going to shift a little bit, call in Lady Nada. Notice if you resonate with her. You may not, and that's okay. But you might, and she would be a great being to have on your team. Because we're not alone here. We're multidimensional beings. We have all kinds of different connections. And so calling forth Lady Nada and feeling that energy of her presence. It's more like a peaceful, loving energy. Okay, and as we're starting to expand, breathing into your heart and breathing out your heart, we're just expanding that ray of divine love. Calling forth, we're going to start activating this now, the law of 3 times 3, the law of love, adoration, and gratitude. So that's your law of 3 times 3 when it comes to the flame of divine love. I'm calling forth divine love, adoration, and gratitude to bless my world, to bless my finances, to bless my abundance on all levels, 3 times 3. And that is a quantified, energy there, right? The law of 3 times 3. It quantifies the energy for all of your needs, wants, desires to be met, and 10 times more, because not only do you want everything that you need being met, but the reason we ask that it be and 10 times more is because it allows you to show up sometimes to be of service or to have even more to give to others, to share. That we all have more than enough, really, because the universe is, it's infinite, right? There is no limitation. Because a lot of people in their mind, what happens is they have a tendency to, sometimes people want more than what they need, and that's not really necessary. So I'm not talking about that from the ego, but a lot of times people want, they allow less than what they need, right? Which creates kind of a poverty and the conditional love segment, right? And so we're trying to kind of come into the middle path of the law of 3 times 3, where basically love and abundance is coming in, around, and through me out to others, in, around, and through me. And it creates this cycle of energy of goodness, graciousness, offering, love, adoration, and gratitude. And feeling this flame being activated in your energy field. And I'm going to go ahead and ask that our higher self, as long as you feel good about it and you want this to happen, we're going to ask each of our higher selves to go ahead and sustain this ray with us all the way through whatever this pandemic's going to do, to begin holding us in the law of 3 times 3, where we are opening up to really amazing and good things coming our way, a synchronicity of miracles coming our way, acting as a living blessing to all of life, and just feeling how good that feels. Like I love sharing stuff. So I love having, in the moment, the ability that if I feel guided or whatever, I just want to be able to do something or help or support or serve in whatever way is possible. So just feeling that good energy showing up, and that it's going to start realigning our paths, because many of us might be shifting career paths or having to do things differently, coming back to ourself, which is a super good thing, but also being able to align to maybe this other energy of new things coming in, divine activities and divine creativity. The Ascended Masters don't even actually use the word work so much. They use, this is my divine creativity. This is my divine activity. So when you ask somebody, hey, what do you do? That's a pretty common statement, right? You don't have to say, what do you do for work, right? Sometimes that has a negative energy in people's energy. Would you say, hey, my divine activity is I do intuitive readings for people, or I do whatever, or I'm a postal service person, or I'm this, that, or the other, right? So you have these divine activities, which can be anything. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's something you do for money, but maybe it's not, right? But it all becomes a part of who you are. And right now, I think what's happening with the collective having to go inward so much is that we're rediscovering lost parts of ourselves, parts of us that, gosh, I really love cooking. I really love gardening. I really love hanging out with my family and loved ones. I really like walking my dog. I really like, taking naps in the afternoon. I really like putting a puzzle together or learning to play an instrument. So there's parts of ourselves that maybe we, on a soul level, have not been in the present moment with and not really been honoring and acknowledging. And this is time for us to have more balance. And so your divine activity is not only the service that maybe you render the world in whatever way you do, but it's also your hobbies, and it's things that you enjoy, and it's just sharing your presence with people, right? So there's a rebalancing going on here. So again, just breathing in, and now we're going to start sealing this energy with the flame of divine love and the flame of divine peace. Oh, with that beautiful presence of Lady Nada and Archangel Camuel, blessing us today and elevating, coming to the elevated emotion of the frequencies of the flame of divine love, that pink flame of divine love, just blazing all through your body. And now we're going to send out the angels of divine love out in front of us to go align our day, to align not only our day, but to go further into our future, aligning us in our absolute perfection, whatever's going to show up in our best divine activity, and just being open to receive guidance now, because these angels and Lady Nada will continue to work with you and start bringing information to you now that we've got it in the awareness and we've invited them in. So thank you so much for joining me today. You can go to my website, mywildmagic.com. I also am offering a free month of my membership to kind of help support people with this. So I'll add that link into this video. Feel free to take advantage of that, come in, participate, see what you think about it, share it with others, and let's just keep generating more positivity and love amongst all of us. You can also subscribe to my YouTube station, because I'll be doing this and continuing to do it every day for a while. Okay, have a blessed day, and we will talk to you later.